Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Chris Jones on the stop.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run with Breida. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Ohio! Now it's Breida. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stuff the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will. Take over with a new set of downs. Miller on first down. Fancy footwork in midfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Miller to throw again. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball. And
strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. This is Breida. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. Here's Breida. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
On first down, Miller. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Flex round! Flex round! Check.
Now Miller looking to throw on second down. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Miller now on first and 10. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Operating from the gun, Miller. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Miller from the gun, he'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Looking to throw on second down. Flowers, throw left side, complete to Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are.
And he lost the football, and the defense has come up with it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Here's Miller to throw on second down. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he's going to go down again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job, to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On third down, Flowers eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to... And got his man complete. The 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Evan Ingram, 87 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Miller. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Looking to throw. Flowers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Andy Janovich, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he's got it up and through. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. That'll drive a team towards a victory.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Miller throwing on 1st down. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Miller now looking to throw on 2nd down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Throwing on 3rd and long. Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Saints signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. from the gun. Flowers. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Miller on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Here's Miller throwing again on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A final shot before break. Miller. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. He spins, and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football, and they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw on 2nd down. Flowers. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. And they'll run it here. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll try to run with Carson. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now Miller on 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 55 yards. Miller now throwing on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dante Pettis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Lewis will get the handoff. And he is in for the 2 points. And they're back within a score as the lead's cut to 8. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Flowers. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. First target, first catch, and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Now it's Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They run again with Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Flex round! Flex round!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And able to work his way down to the 16. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? It doesn't give you a superstar. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Now Dion Lewis to return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they've put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. On 1st and 10, Miller. Being chased out left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Miller to throw on second down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there at 22. Here's Miller on 1st down. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
Following the fumble recovery, Miller. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
Here we go!
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The Saints on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Flowers. He can run for it, and he will. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They run again with Breida. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now Miller on 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Miller. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Miles Jack in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Miller. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Miller now. Off play action. And that's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Miller back to the air on 2nd down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Rashard Matthews, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. And this one through the uprights and good. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Elliott now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.